Hello. Today is March 20th, 2024, and it is a special day. It is the 2-year anniversary of me starting this YouTube channel. Not just starting a YouTube channel, but deeper, beyond that, granting myself permission to dream, to be. For honestly, the first time in probably 2 decades, finally being who I am. Because when I reflect on this day 2 years ago, when I was sitting there in my Manhattan apartment, just all over the place, nervous, but also excited. It was the culmination of so much that I'd experienced in my life, so much that had unfolded in my life. To be in that moment, hitting publish, and sharing myself with the world, with you. It's one of the most difficult things in this experience we call being human is, I've got a quote by E. Cummings here. It goes, to be nobody but yourself in a world which is doing its best day and night to make you like everybody else means to fight the hardest battle which any human being can fight and never stop fighting. Just this YouTube channel, that very first video 2 years ago, that was a dream I'd had since I was a teenager, since I would lay on my twin XL bed in my childhood home and watch all these YouTubers who were really my family, the way they showed up for me. And I dreamed about being able to show up in a similar way, to be able to have a similar impact as them on other people. So ultimately, dreams, they're made of the same stuff as the innate potential in life, the innate potential within you. Your dreams are truly you. And to pursue your dreams, to be yourself, as E. Cummings says, it's the hardest challenge of a human lifetime, but one we must fight and keep on fighting. And when I posted that first video when I was 22, that's when I would truly start being myself in this world that was working day and night to make me into someone else, and for a long time had succeeded into making me someone else. And in the 2 years since, it's unbelievable how much my life has transformed. And I think about it. I'm 24 now. 2 years of 24 is maybe not even 10% my lived experience. 2 years is half of college. And to be able to sit here now reflecting on that very first video and what that 22-year-old kid knew what he was on the precipice of, but at the same time, not really. Because how my life has unfolded in the past couple years is beyond what I could have envisioned from my Manhattan apartment. how life could have unfolded. Because that's the thing that I've experienced, what I've realized these past couple years, is that when you finally start being yourself in a world, a society that wants to change you into someone else, you align yourself with the innate potential of life, the universe, whatever noun of your choice you want to use. And it works with you to unfold, to reveal the path toward your dreams. And more importantly, dreams you didn't even know you necessarily had at the time. So when I was I was standing in a classroom at my alma mater, talking to my professional fraternity, to some college kids about pursuing your dreams. I was doing it exactly 1 year ago today, on my 1 year anniversary of starting my channel, of granting myself permission to dream, to be. At the time, I knew I was gonna quit the day job in a handful of months and start traveling like I am now. But truthfully, that was it. I thought it was just creative career or bust. I even have I haven't talked about this tattoo. Oh, not great. It says Samaya, which is a Tibetan Buddhist word, and I associate it with unconditional surrender, not having a backup plan, or as author Pema Chodron describes it, we don't experience the world fully unless we are willing to give everything away. Samaya means not holding anything back, not preparing our escape route, not looking for alternatives, not thinking that there is ample time to do things later. And that resonated with me so much at the time I read it. It's very much how I felt in life at the time, in that moment, that there wasn't time to do things later, that if my life were to end at the end of 2023, I would regret not going all in on these dreams I've had since July of 2020, when I wrote in my journal that my dream was to be able to work and live freely around the world so I could experience all the beauty and culture life has to offer. And I've been traveling since July of 2023. I've been living that dream since July of 2023 of traveling, of creating. And it's definitely been an incredible experience, what I'm super grateful for, and also one that I needed to have to realize that your dreams aren't always your dreams. Or rather, your dreams can change, they can evolve, they can transform as you do. So I realized after a handful of months of traveling the world, of living in these foreign countries and just doing daily life, just creating and being, that this was it. This was everything I dreamed of. This was where the grass was always greener. Just as it'd been when I quit banking so I could be a part-time creator. Just as when I felt when I was being a part-time creator and dreaming about being full-time. And here I was, living that dream. But I realized that you can be too attached, especially when it comes to dreams. Because I think there is this fairy tale association, there is a very kind of westernized association of dreams that, and I've probably echoed it in my own way as well, that you must make your dreams happen. You have to make your dreams happen, that there's no plan B or bust, which I do agree with, there is truth there. But so often we hold on rigidly to these dreams that it ultimately becomes a form of control. That unless we reach this grass is greener, this promised land, this ideal place of what our dream should look like, we'll never be satisfied. We'll always suffer due to that attachment. As much as I was living this dream of traveling and creating, it wasn't always going to be permanent, or wasn't guaranteed. I still am, living off my savings and not really earning a dime, maybe a few bucks here and there off creative work. And then it became, well, unless I'm earning a living from my creative work and able to do all this, then that's where the grass is always greener. And you can see how it just goes on and on and on. And if you're so rigid and you hold on too tightly, all you're going to do is create dissatisfaction. All you're going to do is create this sort of pressure on yourself to speed things up, to make things happen, to control life itself, when fundamentally you have no control. There's construction going on. I hope it's not too loud. And I realized probably around January of 2024, probably around January, but start of the new year or so, that I needed to let go of my dreams. I needed to let go of making it, which is knowledge I had, but knowledge without integration doesn't really do much. It's not very beneficial to know something without it being integrated. It's like knowing how to fly and telling a bird how when you yourself can't even lift off the ground. It's not wisdom yet. And after living this dream of mine, creating and traveling for a handful of months at that point, I realized that I had to let go. Or rather, I was finally integrated that knowledge that I had to let go. That in the same sort of context, I have to be willing to unconditionally surrender to life itself. To allow life, just as it has the past 24 years, for the 22 years until I posted that first video, to unfold. And that's without my control. Accepting that there's a very real, very, very real possibility, this dream of mine of being a full-time creative won't happen. And to an industrious Westerner, that probably sounds like a pretty defeatist mentality to have, to accept that your dreams may not come true. But really, what I believe is And what I've experienced is that level of surrender, of reality that you don't have control, opens you up, opens life up to unfold in ways you could never imagine, in ways that are really your dream, your direction. It's not that long after I made that letting go, which literally I was sitting on a crop of rocks on a beach in Penang, and I had collected some seashells, and I was ceremoniously throwing them out into the water, each one representing something to let go of. And one of those was these dreams of making it. After Penang, I would follow my heart, my yearning to go to Europe, to Porto, a place I fell in love with the first time I went back in April of 2023, where I experienced so much synchronicity, so much witnessing of life unfolding that I had to be back there. And while I was there, again, just curious about the future, is I acknowledge that I may return to a 9 to 5. I may go back to school. I may, who knows? Maybe I'll pivot into a different career or something. No idea. And I was doing some searching on Google, looking at master's programs and whatnot. I was just curious. I was kind of, I guess, feeling some sort of pull for a direction. And I came across, or rather, did some searching on coaching, which is something that I've always been curious about, something I've always actually wanted to do, but the timing wasn't quite right. And as soon as I read that, or came across that coaching site, it was just like everything just shifted. The path emerged, as the Quakers say, proceed as way opens. So you have to be patient. All you can do is entrust life and have faith that as long as you live from surrender, live from being, that as long as you continue to walk the path, to follow your heart, life will unfold. Life will present the path to you that you may not have seen 2 years ago, or even a year ago, but it was always there, waiting for you to arrive. And that's where I'm at now. 2 years later, after the beginning of this dream of granting myself permission to be, isn't that I've given up on my dream. I still love creating, love making YouTube videos, having these conversations, writing. But the dream has expanded, and that's the beautiful thing. Life has taken this original dream and expanded it into something even greater. Maybe I'll talk about this in another video sometime, but what I mean by that is I'm just super excited to dive into formal coaching, to get trained in, and to gather the wisdom, the experience, the tools, whatever else, to be able to serve you. Because I talk a lot about transformation and all of that through my own experience, But it's all kind of been intuitive. It's all just been just me feeling things out blindly in the dark, and again, lo and behold, life unfolding for me in a way that I've been able to navigate it. But that's me. I can't intuit for you or anyone else. And I want to be able to have I guess, like the art and science of it, of coaching, to have my intuition, but to pair that with the science or the formal training that these programs can provide, and to bring all of this knowledge, this wisdom, this training, to integrate it into my being, and to be able to bring it to you, serve all of you through YouTube, through writing, through whatever else, to make all of this information and whatnot accessible, because Lord knows that I definitely benefited so much from other people, especially YouTubers, sharing their wisdom, their experience with me. And I want to do the same, because transformation is it's a unique process. It's individual to you, but it also makes it more difficult to navigate, to wonder, to have some sense of direction, or what approaches there are to facilitate and to nurture your transformation, as opposed to just, you know, gripping around in the dark. I want to show up as the person I needed, but didn't meet these past couple years and the years beyond when my transformation journey first started. And actually, I wrote in a longer entry on April 3rd, 2023, about being a coach. I wrote a few things. I wrote, I want to help people reach their dreams, to empower others to be great at whatever it is they want to be great at. All to say, right now isn't the time, as I have so much to learn in my own creative journey before I can be a more developed, mature coach. Though not to say you have to be fully there, but I want to be more equipped so I can serve to the best of my ability when the time does come, when I feel the time is right. This feels right. A confluence of all the aspects of who I am, my journey, and what I resonate with into one. This is a direction, a potential path. Who knows when it'll materialize, but I know it'll happen. I'll make it happen, as I always do. I want to caveat there that it's not just I. That's a little pretentious. You're co-creating this dream, this life, with life, the universe, whatever noun you're choosing. I wrote, I'll say it, this is the making of another dream. A dream that will soon be reality. Just you wait. For those who are looking for this sort of guidance and mentorship in life, hold on a bit longer. I'll be there before you know it. Here I am, 2 years later. And all I really have to tell you is, you don't have to start a YouTube channel. You don't have to do anything grand. All you have to do is grant yourself permission to be yourself. It is one of the hardest, if not the hardest challenge you will encounter as a human being. It's a fight. You must keep fighting. It's not easy. If it was, everyone would be doing it. But if you do, I guarantee you, your life will transform. just as mine has. So, with that, that is 2 years of the dream, now expanding into another dream, 2 years of being as I am. Here's to many more. And here's to the beginning for you.